that did. Whoa. Nutty, man. Oh yeah, finally. We are back with another video! In an extremely rainy Pittsburgh, PA, but good news is that all the snow is gone. Look at this. No more snow. We have rain instead, but it's about 50 degrees outside. You guys know I love spring. I hate winter, I love summer even more. And I think summer is on its way. It's definitely, spring is on its way. So today, we're taking the Ferrari out in the rain. But yeah, we all know about my driveway and garage space situation here. So we gotta move the F-150 cold start. Not cold start. It's a warm start. It sounds extremely good, but it needs to be louder. We all know it needs to be louder. And I've actually been to San Diego and back. It was a quick trip to meet up with MagnaFlow, and I got a video coming up on that. We're actually designing a custom exhaust for the 2021 F-150. As you guys know, I have a prototype MagnaFlow exhaust on there that no one else has. My truck was the first customer truck in the world, maybe with an exhaust in general, but definitely with that exhaust. But it needs to be louder, and it's coming. So we're gonna put this truck over in my neighbor's driveway. There we go. So before we get out on the road here, we're gonna cover some service expenses that I've had to incur with the Ferrari. I've covered before in videos that Ferrari actually has a free 7-year maintenance plan that carries over to other owners within that 7 years. But not everything is covered. And the car just came back from service. By the way, I covered this on Instagram in stories. So if you guys aren't following me on Instagram yet, and when there's some downtime on the channel where I'm not uploading as frequently, definitely follow me on Instagram. Stay updated on what's going on behind the scenes when there's not videos on the channel. So it was in for its yearly maintenance, which just includes all the basic stuff. We're gonna take a look at that here. So this is kind of what they cover with the free maintenance, and that's a pollen filter replacement. That's free, no cost. Engine lubrication, basically an oil change, an oil filter, the gaskets, brake fluid exchange, that's free as well. Replace air filters. What's not free though is shipping the car from Pittsburgh to Columbus or Dublin, Ohio. That's $600, which is not too bad of a cost actually with an enclosed trailer and all that stuff. So it's $300 one way, $300 bring it back. Completely fine with that. Now, recently uploaded a video titled 5 First World Problems that I'm having with my Ferrari. And I covered a couple things that weren't working properly on the car. One of those was I got a whooshing sound from the driver's side window, and then the gas cap would keep popping up. And then also I had ignition issues where the car wouldn't want to start back up on a warm start. Just very weird stuff, typical Ferrari isms, I guess. And they took a look at that as well. They didn't charge me labor costs for that, but what ended up being wrong with the car was it needed a new battery. So that was $307. It failed a voltage test. So the window is completely fixed. There's no ignition problems whatsoever. The car is running better than ever. So far, as I know, the gas cap issue is fixed as well. That was probably related to a bad battery. So $307. For the battery. Now they also let me know that the windshield wipers were bad. So they replaced the windshield wipers. That's a cost of just $200 in parts. Definitely gonna come in handy today when we're actually about to go on a road trip here about 200 miles in nothing but rain. So all in all, the service bill was $1,533.41. Now that was the first time I'm actually paying for any kind of maintenance on this car. I've had $0 in maintenance in the 2 years I've had the car up until this point. So I was kind of afraid, like, what are they gonna charge in labor and stuff like that? So I was telling them on the phone, like, you guys need to check all these things out, but if you charge like crazy Ferrari sums, just like several $100s for an hour in labor, then I'll take care of it myself. Someone else will fix it cheaper. So while $1,500 is a lot for, you know, what was done to the car, I mean, really it's $900 if you exclude the shipping. I could have driven the car there, and the $1,500 in complete service costs, it's not really that bad. I know it's a lot. People are like, wow, $1,500 for that little stuff there, but it's not crazy figures that I was expecting. So my first shop bill for the Ferrari F12, 2 years after I bought the car, $1,533.41. Now they also let me know, now I'm using my iPhone flashlight here to try to get this on camera. They let me know that my rear tires are really bad. They're 2/32, so they should be replaced. And it's not really serving us well that we have bad rear tires when we're going on a trip in nothing but rain. But yeah, it's the way it is. Here we go. Never gets old. Never, ever, ever gets old. Oh, look at my $200 windshield wipers. They're working fantastically, as they should, for $200. So yeah, we've only gone like 3 miles, and I'm already starting to regret taking this car out in this weather. We have it in wet mode on the Manatino here for the first time in like 2 years. These wide tires, especially with them being not completely bald, but not a lot of tread in the rear, the car is kind of like shifting all over the place. I won't be driving fast to Cleveland, Ohio. All right, so I just took an exit here. The reason why I haven't been filming is because I've been scared to drive with one hand on the wheel and then one hand on the camera. The car keeps hydroplaning because of these bald tires in the rear, I'm assuming. And I'm gonna pull over here real quick. And as I'm sure you guys know, if you've experienced hydroplaning before, the car is just moving, it's moving on its own. You don't really have control. I've been driving like 50 miles an hour, and I'm not driving to Cleveland, Ohio in this car in pouring rain, and it's not supposed to let up either. See, look at this, it's just rain, rain, rain. Now granted, it's supposed to be a little better in Ohio, but what if that changes and I have to drive home and I'm just not doing it. So we're driving the car back, putting it in the garage, and we're grabbing the truck. I'm not doing this. So yeah, we're back in the F-150. We dropped the Ferrari off in the garage. I don't think I've ever been afraid while driving that car, but I was afraid earlier because the car was just, it was going like this, doing its own thing. I didn't have control over it, or at least I didn't feel like I did. I mean, look at this weather. It's just pouring down. There's no way I would have gotten there in the front. I mean, I would, but I'd have to drive like 40 miles an hour the whole way. And I'm never driving a high horsepower rear wheel driven car with almost bald 335s in the rear. It's just not happening. It's not worth it. You know, I don't want to crash. It's just slightly over 40 degrees and it's pouring down rain here. But yeah, we got a fun video in store for you guys, so I'm gonna see when we get there. Now that we're just 5 minutes out, it stopped raining and I can see a blue sky. But it's been raining the whole way driving, so yeah. I'm bummed I couldn't take the Ferrari, but I would have been a nervous wreck the whole time, driving like 45 miles an hour. We couldn't have that, but you know, now it's fine. But never mind all that, because we are back at the supercar mecca. Marshall Goldman, ladies and gentlemen. It's almost been 2 years since I was here and picked up my F12. And you guys know that I'll go here from time to time and film some cool videos with Arthur, the guy who sold me the car. And I think we're gonna have a pretty nice surprise. There's some other people coming as well. What's going on, bud?
I didn't stay stocked for long.
No. No, it was stocked for maybe like 2.5 weeks. God, it's a mess though. It looks like it's 3.5 years old inside. We just walk in here, the first thing they have is a Mercy sitting here, 2,000 miles on. Marshall Goldman, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this. This thing looks brand new, dude. That's insane.
There's a new and improved video in front of you.
So we gotta take a quick look at this Camaro, some 4G Auto version. It even says it on the fender up front there. But look at this, 40525 24s in the rear. Arthur was saying just the innovation of even being able to fit something like that is like
Crazy.
It is crazy. With all the cool cars that they have here at Marshall Goldman, look what they have sitting here. Mint condition E36 M3. So this is like a 90s car. So this is my generation of when I was, you know, 17, 18 and so on. This was like the first M3 that I fell in love with. I know about the E30 as well, but this thing is a one owner car. Manual, of course. E36 M3. And the thing is, if it's a 95, it's got 286 horsepower. After 96, I think, they got 321. That's what I remember about this car. And back in the day, we thought that was the coolest thing ever. Like, whoa, 321 horsepower. But this is a legendary car right here. All right, so I'm gonna walk down this row here because I'm actually here looking at a potential new supercar. So keep your eye on here. I'm not gonna tell you which one it is, of course. Everything has to work out first, but I can tell you it's definitely not this one. Cool Viper, cool Prowler. As always, they got some super nice cars here. 488, another 488 Spider. We got 430, we got an Audi R8, nice color. Got a Urus, got a Dawn, got an Aventador, Ferrari California, got a Gallardo, there's an old Porsche, got a newer Porsche, got a 550 I think it is. So yeah, it's one of those cars that we just saw, me walking by. So we're just gonna have to wait and see. Dude, what in the actual hell? We got a Koenigsegg Regera, we got a Bugatti Chiron, we got a McLaren Senna, and we got a first gen 4 GT. Just pulling up on this place is closed. It's open for me and these guys coming here. And now they're coming in a Pagani Huayra as well. And I didn't drive my peasant F12 here. They must not have had the same rain. Man, look at this exhaust. It says Machina Volante, and it's pretty much almost the same color as the car. Check out this Pagani Huayra. I love it. I think this is Chris Singh's old Huayra BC. Absolutely nasty. We got the Koenigsegg Regera. I love this car because it's Swedish, just like I am. Dude, look at this. Holy crap. Wow. I mean, what an entrance. We got a Bugatti Chiron over here. This Senna, as we said, and then the 4 GT. Someone in this crew here, I don't know exactly who, is picking up another car here today. So they're gonna be rolling out with another hypercar. So if a 4 GT Senna, Chiron, Regera, and Huayra isn't enough, they just picked up this 4 GT Heritage Blue Carbon Edition. Cars are way out of my price range. There's something else in there that maybe it will be coming to the channel. Out of these extremely rare cars, Huayra, Regera, Chiron, Senna, 4 GT, which one is your favorite? I would pick this one, just biased as a Swedish person. Look at this thing. I mean, I can't even imagine what it's like driving something like this. When I was inside Marshall Goldman and all of them pulled up initially, Stradman walked out of the Koenigsegg Regera, and now he was driving the Bugatti. Got to meet up with him for a quick second. That was awesome. They were in and out, just buying the 4 GT, and I'm looking at my new potential supercar. So more on that here soon. See you at home. Okay, so here we are. It's the next day. It's better weather. Yesterday when I came home, it was dark and it was still raining. So we're filming this today, but it's extremely windy, and I know it's going to be messing up the audio, so we'll jump inside and talk about the topic in today's video. So it's just gotten to that point, sort of, where I kind of was with the AMG when I traded that in for this car. It might be time for something new. And in a perfect world, I would love to be able to keep this car forever and get another supercar. But at the time, I mean, quite frankly, I can't afford it. Could it be stretched me getting another car, having another payment and stuff like that, yeah, I mean, I'm sure I could make that work technically, but it is financially irresponsible. Just because you can make payments every month doesn't really mean that you can technically afford the car. So when I say that I can't afford this car anymore, that's basically I can't have this car and another car. So this car will have to go if we agree to terms and come to a deal on the car that I have my eye on now at Marshall Goldman. With that being said, that's the only car that I'm looking at. If that doesn't work out, I'm keeping this car for a little longer because I absolutely love this car. I still love this car. I know I've had it for almost 2 years, and you know, in YouTuber world, you should be switching cars like every 2 hours to keep everything interesting and stuff like that. I'm not really like that. Even if I could afford, I had all the money in the world, I don't think I would still do that because I fall in love with cars, and I have with this one right here. But I can't keep both. So if I'm going to get something new, then this is going to have to go. But like I said, we're still working on all the specifics and the details. I don't really know if it's going to work out yet. Just like I didn't know if this car was going to work out 2 years ago, but it did. So yeah, we'll see here. I have almost 18,000 miles on this car now. And that is kind of getting up there in the mileage range for a car like this. Not that it hurts them in any way. These cars are meant to be driven. They're built to be driven. I've even heard stories that Ferrari will deny people extended warranties if they don't drive at least 2,000 miles per year. So basically what that means, what Ferrari is saying is if your car just sits in the garage all the time, it's not really serving that car. They're made to be driven. The juices need to be flowing. The car can't just be sitting. That can cause a bunch of weird issues with these type of cars. So I genuinely think that this car is in better condition now than it was when I bought it because it's been serviced twice. I've taken care of the car. It's been driven properly, not like crazy track driven and like doing donuts and burnouts, but I've driven the car and it runs better than ever. And I absolutely love it. But I have this itch for a slight change, and unfortunately that might mean that we have to trade my beloved F12 in. It always sucks and it's a crappy dilemma, but for me to be financially responsible, you know, we got stuff going on in the family, we're looking at buying condos and stuff like that, getting another car payment, yeah, that's not what I should be doing. I can always switch car payments to another car, that's fine, because owning this car financially has been no problem at all. So that's not the issue, that I can't afford the Ferrari alone, but I can't afford it with another car. So yeah, I don't know, it's a crappy video to make because I wish I had more money. That's basically what it comes down to. I wish I could just get another car as well. But I'm not in that position. Just like I was not in that position when I had the C63 and I traded that for this car. In the perfect world, I would have wanted to keep that AMG as well, but it just didn't work out. So that's basically where we're at. I can't afford the Ferrari and have, or I mean, I can't really afford the new car and have the Ferrari as well. So switch it around how you like. I can't afford two supercars. So that's basically what this video is about, and that's basically why I drove out to Marshall Goldman again yesterday to take a look at this car that I had spotted on their website. I wanted to see it for myself, just like I did with this car initially, and then I came back about 2 weeks later and bought it. So we're just gonna have to wait and see what happens. If everything works out, we'll have a new supercar on the channel. I know there hasn't been an upload for like 2 weeks. That doesn't mean that I'm just sitting around doing nothing. There's a lot of stuff that's working in the background. I have other plans for this year in regards to the channel as well that we're working on. I apologize if, you know, the uploads haven't been as frequent. I know that makes a YouTuber very sucky when they don't upload like freaking every day. I can't do that. But I hope you guys can take that explanation and somewhat understand it. I love you guys for always sticking with me and watching the videos and so on. And we got, like I said, we got plans for the channel this year. So fingers crossed. Let me know what you guys think of this automotive news on this channel regarding switching the Ferrari for something else. Thumbs up or thumbs down. What do you guys think? Like I said, it might not work out, and then we'll keep the Ferrari. But yeah, we're just gonna have to wait and see. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a huge thumbs up. If you're stopping by for the first time and you haven't already and you want to, please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.